Hey friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Because without you guys, well, I certainly wouldn't be here videotaping so many damn times all day long about, of course, what else? Our Dallas Cowboys. It's getting interesting because now I'm seeing that last night I literally got out of bed because I always tell you you can't sleep on the Dallas Cowboys. Got out of the bed about 11:30 because there were reports out that the NFL and Zeke Elliott that they were talking about, basically a settlement. There were a couple of articles and stuff that are out there, but I'm seeing more and more people that are talking about it. 12 Up, Pro Football Rumors, Adam Schefter. I can't guarantee that anything will happen from it, but we'll keep monitoring the situation. I, for one, would love for this thing to be over because here's the thing. I know it's great that Zeke Elliott has been playing all season. The fact that even though the NFL has gotten this thing going, that they've been able to keep him on the field. But Zeke Elliott has admitted that he knows it's affected him. You don't drop a yard and a half per carry from last season to this season where you weren't injured. You can't blame that all on the offensive line. Zeke Elliott is not the same back with all of the stuff that's been going on. I'm hoping that somehow, some way, we just get this thing resolved. And maybe a settlement will be the best thing. And I know everybody says, well, he's 100% innocent, and he should fight it till the very end. I understand that, but to what end? Football careers are short-lived. Opportunities are very slim that are there. 2-3 years ago, we looked at Tyron Smith. Man, he's going to be our offensive tackle for the next 10 years. But you have to wonder, with the chronic back injuries, is that still going to be the case? Quarterbacks come and go. Andrew Luck, the Colts thought, hey, we're set for quarterback, for the next 15 years. He's going to be like Peyton Manning. But yet, basically, they're saying he may not play this year with that shoulder. He's getting cortisone injections in there. So you don't know who is really going to be an Iron Man and who is going to be able to be productive all those years. That's why it's important to take advantage of every situation. And to be honest, I hate to say this, but with Aaron Rodgers injured and out for the season, that opens up a lot of doors for a lot of teams. It really does. It basically brings everybody back to even. You don't have to worry about that guy. You look at the teams that are in the NFC right now. Are you really scared of the Falcons? The Falcons, 3-2. Defense is a question mark. You look at Minnesota. Minnesota's got a great defense, but they don't have a quarterback. You look at the Lions. They're kind of middle of the road right now. Seattle is always good, but they have lost a guy potentially career-ending in Cliff Avril, which is a key to that defense. There are opportunities there, and we need to be 100% focused on that. But when our quarterback has to answer questions about how do you feel about Zeke Elliott being suspended 1 week and not suspended, how does that affect you? He says it doesn't affect you, but you don't want to be thinking about that. You don't want to have to be saying, okay, when they ask me about this, what's my response going to be? You want that guy focused on who am I hitting on the pass play? How am I going to be able to get first downs? How am I going to be able to get touchdowns? You don't want your team focused on that stuff. So it is what it is. We'll see what comes of it. Interesting piece. Mike and Mike. That was one of the shows that I really enjoyed actually listening to on the radio. And it's sad that Mike Golick and Mike Greenberg couldn't get along anymore, and that's lost. And like many of the great things that they've had on ESPN, they've been changed or eliminated, and a lot of the great personalities are just gone. And it's kind of sad because ESPN used to be my thing. I used to love ESPN. When ESPN came around, it was the thing that I looked forward to. Get home from school, let me check out SportsCenter and see what's going on. But now, not so much. But today, the talk has been, is Eli Manning overrated? The turnover machine, that is, that I like to call him. I've always said that Eli Manning is overrated. Yes, he did fantastic in 2 playoff runs. But you're talking about a guy who has led the league in interceptions 3 times and has more interceptions than anybody over the last 10 years. Now, granted, he doesn't miss games. From an Iron Man standpoint, he is incredible. But he, to me, is not a guy who you can put on your back and think that he's going to carry the team. Those years that he won the Super Bowl, he had fantastic defenses that basically carried him through to the Super Bowl. He made plays when he got there, but I can't say that Eli Manning is that great of a quarterback, And it's interesting because some people will say that Tony Romo was a better quarterback than Eli Manning. So I'm going to get back to this bulkhead from hell. Finally going to be installing this soon, I think on Monday. So hopefully it'll fit. But as always, I want to thank you guys for watching and commenting to the Jobu Sports Report. Have a great day. And any more news on Zeke Elliott, I'll be sure to bring it.
Which I thought was really interesting. A recent ESPN poll of 155 NFL players found that Giants quarterback Eli Manning was voted the most overrated quarterback in the league. Damian, your thoughts?
I completely agree. I really do. Everyone gets caught up in the flash pan moment. And I'm not sitting here. I'm not going to take anything away from Eli. Those were two, magical moments for Eli in the Giants in football history. But again, for me, it's a body of work. You can't just focus on, he won 2 Super Bowl, two-time Super Bowl MVP. Yes, no one's taking that away, but you do have to look at the body of work. This is also a quarterback that's led the league in interception 3 times. And quite frankly, I've always, just watching Eli, I've never thought of him as a guy that can just put a team on his back and just carry them like a Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady or anybody like that. I always felt like he's a good quarterback, but people make him out to be like this great quarterback, and I just never thought that was the case.
Let me ask you both this. Greeny and I have talked about this on air. That draft of Eli,
Rivers,
and Rivers, if you could choose who you'd want in order, who would you take? For me, it would be Rivers, Roethlisberger, Eli.
I'm the same. I feel the same, and
one guy that doesn't have any rings.
Right. And the crazy thing is, I know that Phillip Rivers, he's thrown some interceptions now, especially in the last couple years he throws some interceptions. But again, I look at the whole body work, and boy, you're talking about a competitor. I mean, Phillip Rivers
played the AFC Championship game that one year without an
ACL.
So you'd be that, or what? How about you?
I might go Ben, but I can certainly understand the case for Phillip. Here's what's really interesting, because those were 3 quarterbacks taken in the first round, and everybody looks at the '83 draft as the greatest quarterback draft because we had 6 quarterbacks go in that first round. 3 Hall of Famers and 3 not Hall of Famers, if you really want to break it down. Marino, Elway, and Kelly. But then you also had Todd Blackledge, Champagne, Tony Eason, and Ken O'Brien. Now, Ken O'Brien was a serviceable quarterback. He did very well. I think we can all agree that Blackledge and Tony Eason did not live up to the hype. So if Rivers was able to ever get there, not even maybe win it, but get to a Super Bowl, would you say Rivers, Roethlisberger, and Manning? Or would you go Elway, Marino, Kelly?
Oh, that's not even close.
Yeah.
That's Kelly, Marino, and Elway.
Yeah. Even though the Bills never won that Super Bowl.
No, I don't. To me, the Super Bowl win doesn't define you. I mean, it can certainly help your resume, but if I'm sitting there picking quarterbacks, one of them isn't going to be, well, he won more Super Bowls than this guy. I would take every quarterback of the 3 you mentioned over every quarterback of the Roethlisberger, Rivers, and Eli. I would take all 3, Kelly, Elway, and Marino, over all 3 of those.
I totally agree. And I threw this out there because people asked me about Romo versus Eli, and I said, just strictly on quarterback play, I would take Tony Romo. Just strictly on quarterback. And people want to throw the Super Bowls, but like you said, it's not necessarily
championships.
Right, exactly. But strictly on quarterback, I'll take Tony Romo.
So staying with the quarterback,